WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, ESPN 790 AM with Colin Coward and The Herd, weekday mornings from 9 a.m. till noon.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take a family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790.
Don't time fly?
It
when
flies.
you're having
It's
fun.
already 7 o'clock out there at Johnson Road Lake, where they're registering this morning for the 15th annual TWRA Mid-South Junior Fishing Rodeo. And Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith in studio with me right now. We'll all be heading out to the lake. Hope to have about 200, 250 kids out there today. And a wonderful event for the family to come out to, and even if you don't fish, come out and watch the kids and watch the event. And one of the best events that I love to watch has been around. It's hard for me to believe this is be the 34th.
That's what I was just looking at.
The
The 34th
year. Running of the Outdoors
34th paddling.
Yeah, paddling. Yeah, ain't no running in this, that's for sure. Of the Outdoors Incorporated Mississippi Canoe and Kayak Racing. We've got our good friend Joe Royer from Outdoors Incorporated on with us this morning. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Larry and everyone.
Hey, man, I know this is a Saturday morning. You're 2 weeks away. About this time in 2 weeks, you will be up to your ears in paddlers.
We have got paddlers coming from all over the United States and outside the United States coming here in 2 weeks, and really looking forward to it.
Well, Joe, tell us. I know 34 years. I think I was at the first one. When I was at the paper, and remember it was. I don't know what was our crowd. Well, how many did we have in that first one?
We had a pretty good turnout the very first year. People in Memphis are good canoe paddlers, good kayak paddlers. And we are very proud that we're on the banks of the largest river in North America.
Yes, yeah. And so it's gone from there. And I know our good friend Dale Sanders, folks. I hope you're following Dale, the graybeard adventurer on the Mississippi River right now. He's supposed to come into Memphis on July the 18th. I don't know if Joe's keeping up with Dale on this epic voyage. You guys are going to be taking part in that July 18th celebration, aren't you?
Yes, we're going to have a little event for Dale. We sure are, or a big event for him.
Yeah, because I mean, go ahead.
Sorry, there. I had to add an additional age group for people like Dale. We have a 70-plus category in the race, and we're going to have to add an 80-plus.
There you go. Hey, there you go. I'm all for that. I'm 72 now, and I said, keep on going, Joe, because Dale is out there, and he's getting close to celebrating that 80th birthday. But we're talking to Joe Royer from Outdoors Incorporated about the 34th Mississippi Canoe and Kayak Race. So how many do you think you might have this year?
I think we'll have close to 500 people out there. We'll probably be in about 300 boats, and registration comes in real heavy the last week. Weather looks good in the long-range forecast. The river level looks good in the long-range forecast. And School is out now. In the early days, we did it real early in the spring. It was very chilly. The water in the Mississippi is coming from the snowmelt of Yellowstone. It's coming from the Three Rivers of Pittsburgh. It's coming from Chattanooga, coming through Memphis.
Yeah.
So it's pretty chilly water in the early spring. So this is much more user-friendly. It's also Father's Day weekend, so we have a lot of fathers and daughters, fathers and sons, a lot of mothers doing it. And then we also have the top-level Olympians. This has become an important title to win and hold. So we'll have people flying in from Seattle and people driving up from Charleston, South Carolina, and people driving down from Ontario, and a lot of canoes and kayaks in Memphis.
And anything that's voted the best race in America by Paddle Magazine, that's a pretty cool title when you can do this. And I know there's...
Well, Memphis is a great, great venue here, sitting at the Fourth Chickasaw Bluffs. We're a really beautiful riverfront, and we love highlighting Memphis and our region to these folks.
And, Joe, this is an event, isn't it? I mean, you don't have to be a paddler to enjoy this.
Oh no, it's really a great event. The Harbor Town Cookbook has a whole chapter on canoe and kayak race brunch.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of parties. The folks in Harbor Town and all the people along Greenbelt Park. Bicyclers will ride from the start to the finish. They don't have to hustle. They'll follow it on their bicycles, and it's really become quite a nice event for the city.
And so give my listeners out your little time frame. I know registration will go through till about, 6 o'clock the night before?
6 o'clock the night before. It's too big an event to register people that morning, so we have to close off registration at 6 p.m. You can register online, or you can stop by any Outdoors Inc. Location. And we'll check all the boats, inspect them for safety gear, life jackets, and all those type things, flotation, and then we'll have a contestants meeting and give any last-minute information, and we'll start right at the 10 o'clock time frame and have a real nice event. And Jason Freeman and the Bluff City Backsliders play really beautiful acoustic music. They're a very sophisticated local band, and they're excellent, and they'll be playing on the stage. And we'll assemble the awards together and give out the awards. And then one theme of this race is we have on the brochure in big green all caps is that we pledge to leave the park cleaner than we found it.
That's great.
Just like we learned when we were Cub Scouts to leave your campsite clean and your campfire area clean and take care of that. Well, that's the way we will leave that Mississippi River Park there to finish.
Wow.
And I've got a question for Joe, since this is the 34th year. And the outdoor gear, we've seen changes in technology, and materials and stuff. Does that hold true in canoe and kayaks these days?
Yes.
The materials and everything?
In the early days, the boats are lighter. The design is more efficient. And, the TWRA staff, some of those people, instead of being in motorboats last year, they were actually in their own kayaks. So the TWRA officers, or some of them, actually paddled kayaks and monitored the race in the water from a kayak. So that's certainly a change, and just very good participation.
And, Joe, this is also, if I'm not mistaken, the only time the river is really shut down for this race. I mean, right? I mean, you get a stoppage there. There's no barges going by or anything like that.
Yes, we have to. We really want this to be a safe event, so the really elites can do it. But also, we want Memphians to have a very safe environment. We've got a dozen motorized safety boats that will be stationed about every quarter mile down the river, watching for safety. And we'll have the river closure, and TWRA will usually be there with their folks, and Memphis Harbor Patrol and the U.S. Coast Guard.
Are we going to have a record run?
Well, we had a record 2 years ago, and after 32 years, that's hard to keep. The early days it's easy, but paddlers are getting better, just like all fishermen are, and basketball players, and so it depends a little bit on the water level and also the wind conditions.
The wind,
because
yeah,
that plays a factor.
That wind coming up south.
Yeah.
coming up the river, and you're going right into it. But, hey, folks, we have had some great, I know Greg Barton, it just seems like he ought to be living here. I mean, because he's competed so many times. And you go down there, Michael Herbert. I'm just looking at the list. Brings back great memories for me just to look at some of the folks who have been here. Oscar, Herman, Oscar and Herman from South Africa. Rocky Caldwell, Dale Burris. I mean, these guys are just like the canoe. And we got to have a Hall of Fame here, Joe. We got to have a Mississippi River Canoe and Kayak Hall of Fame.
Well, we've got according to Mark Twain's Life on the Mississippi, it's the longest river in the world.
Yes.
It's certainly the largest in North America, and we're very, very proud of it.
Well, Joe, thank you for being with us this morning. That's 2 weeks from today, folks. About this time, Joe will be down there, and you still got your bullhorn, Joe? I mean, you're going to...
I will have that bullhorn, and I'll be I'll be barking out all kinds of information.
You will be barking it out as only Joe Royer can. Joe, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, and look forward to maybe getting you on after the event to kind of wrap up and everything, okay?
That'd be great. I'd love to.
All right, Joe. Have a great day. Tell everybody hello for us, all right?
All right. Thank you.
All right, Joe. Joe
that's something I've noticed since I stayed behind the wheel a lot traveling.
Yeah.
Just up and down the road. I see more and more kayaks.
Yes.
More kayaks than I do canoes, but, both, but on top of vehicles now.
Well, just thinking, and I'm thinking next week or the week after, we got Jackie Smith on from Hobie Boats talking about their new kayak fishing boats because there's more and more folks are getting into those and fishing out of them.
Right.
And I've seen them, and Jackie's, of course, is 6'5" and NFL Hall of Fame tight end, and he's going to talk a lot about that.
And I push that because like our TWRA family fishing lakes, out there, they're idle speed only. So if you fish out of a canoe or a kayak, and I love fishing out of a canoe, I used to do it all the time, you got the perfect environment because there's nobody going to blow you off that lake with a big wake because it's no wake,
They better
only.
They better not be, that's for sure. All right, let's take a break. Come right back and close up this rascal today, and then we can get on out to Johnson Road Lake.
Go get a chicken and biscuit.
Yeah, that's right. And who better to close it out with is a little fellow himself, Dave Rizzuto, coming up here on Outdoors with Larry Ray with Gene Smith. Gene did get here. He is over there, and we're glad he made it. And then Dave Gabbert and, of course, Greg Ratliff taking care of us. We'll be right back.